Neil Druckmann and Hallie Gross have now left The Last of Us Season 3 before it's even began production. This is, it's not looking good. Now today, Neil has issued a statement officially on Instagram, pretty much saying that he wants to put all his time and effort into the games at Naughty Dog. The games being Intergalactic and the unnamed game that they have also been working on, which is great for us gamers, but it's not good for The Last of Us HBO adaptation. In addition to Neil's statement, this is Hallie Gross's statement that she had also posted on Instagram. Pretty much the same thing, that now she wants to put all her time and effort into the games that are coming out at Naughty Dog. As a huge fan of The Last of Us 2, this makes me extremely scared, because now Season 3 is left solely in Craig Mazin's hands. And as most of you know from last season, there were a lot of changes from the game, which is to be expected for a video game adaptation. But the mass majority did not agree with Craig Mazin's changes. And there were a lot of parts throughout the entirety of making Season 2 that Craig and Neil did have creative differences. It was said in interviews and in the podcast after the episodes. One of the creative differences was Craig wanted to change the Future Days song, and Neil stepped in and he was like, no, this song's pretty important to the game, like we gotta keep it in there, on top of many other changes. So it makes me extremely scared what he's going to change about Abby's story, because we know that Season 3 is going to focus on Abby. And if they change a lot about her character and her story as a whole, it's going to ruin everything, especially the dynamic between Abby and Lev. It is so important to get this right. And I think I'm more critical about Season 3 because Abby is my favorite character. And Abby is a very complex character. So if Craig writes her to be regretful, remorseful about the things that happened with Joel, because it seems like he's trying to make people more humanized, more empathetic in the show, it is going to ruin Abby's character. Because although Abby does have a moral compass, although she is an empathetic character, she does not feel bad for what happened to Joel. And I'm not saying that he will make that change, but that's just one thing that comes to mind when I'm thinking of things that he could change in Season 3. He'd even said in an interview, which I did a video on that Owen is not the father of Mel's baby, which is a vital point to Abby's story. So like, what else are you gonna change? And it does make me wonder if Hallie and Neil truly did exit because of creative differences. And maybe they just didn't want to be tied with whatever is going to happen in the future of this show. Because I mean, we saw what happened in Season 2. I'm not saying it was a horrible season, but there were a lot of changes from the game. And a lot of people were not happy with these changes. Some things I did like, some things I didn't like. Overall, I would say with The Last of Us Season 2, it was incredibly rushed. I think it would have benefited for having like even 10 episodes. Because even just getting 3 more episodes, it